Hi everybody, I'm Brent Stafford and this is RegWatch by RegulatorWatch.com. We're here in Warsaw, Poland for the 12th edition of the Global Forum on Nicotine, the annual conference on safer nicotine products and tobacco harm reduction. Joining me today for this episode is Bill Wirtz, Senior Policy Analyst at the Consumer Choice Center and one of Europe's most active voices pushing back against the rising tide of lifestyle regulation. From tobacco harm reduction to alcohol, sugar, gambling, and beyond, Bill's been challenging the new prohibitionists head on. So we've just recently met, and it's fascinating what you do. You work for the Consumer Choice Center. Tell us about that.
The Consumer Choice Center is a global consumer advocacy group, and we argue for more consumer choice, evidence-based policy making, and innovation. So what that means in practice is that consumers should have the choice. Responsible consumers can make their own choices, whether it's how they want to get from A to B, how they pay for services, with what they pay for services, what they consume, what they eat, where that food or those services come from. So it's also about trade. And our approach is that responsible consumers need to choose winners and losers on the marketplace, not government.
So I've got written down here that you're one of Europe's most active voices pushing back against the rising tide of lifestyle regulation. What is lifestyle regulation?
So lifestyle regulation is everything to do with how you have fun often, but it can also be about how you express yourself. But often, we relate this to how people have fun, and that this often has to do with vices. So whether it is smoking, drinking, gambling, just going to parties, and what time is the party supposed to end? So we have a lot of those kind of regulations surrounding that, and the government approaches this from the perspective of we're just protecting you. We're trying to keep it on the down low, that so that you don't overdo it. But this is very paternalistic, and our approach is always that most lifestyle regulation actually doesn't make sense. There's a few that might make sense, but most of the time it doesn't.
So nicotine is a part of that now, isn't it?
Absolutely. We really shifted the conversation on nicotine actually in global sort of policy making, because it used to be all about cigarettes and how cigarettes hurt people. But governments have shifted away from that because they now make it about nicotine because the pervasive argument is that nicotine is the actual problem, which we know it is not. Nicotine doesn't cause cancer. Nicotine is not the problem here. People may get addicted to nicotine, but it's about the delivery system that actually causes health problems. So when the government wanted to crack down on cigarettes, it used its usual tools. You can't smoke on bus stops. We're increasing the price. You can't smoke in bars. All of these rules. And then came along vaping, which was actually a technological innovation that helped people quit smoking very effectively. And the government has, for several reasons, crack down on vaping as well. One might say there's a diminishing tax revenue that is associated with it. There's a couple of reasons there that we might be able to get into, but yeah, we really see this demonization of vaping, which is one of the choices that consumers do make.